I was quite surprised to find out that so many of you wanted more of Old Knobby. I was even more surprised that so many of you had never even heard of North Carolina's most famous Bigfoot, Old Knobby. Here is more of his story. Some have called it a hoax. Others have called it a case of mistaken identity. Whatever it was, it caused pandemonium not far from Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Hundreds of accounts over the span of a year. Minnie Cook's famous account that blew the whole thing up. There were tourists everywhere. There were people in the woods haunting the woods. People couldn't even go hunting for the fear of hitting a tourist instead of a deer. It was a wild time. In the midst of this, there was some unexplained deaths. The story that I'm about to tell you is one of the more horrifying accounts of Old Knobby. You see, these stories had started when livestock began to go missing. Dogs taken off of their chains from their dog houses. People were hearing and seeing strange things in the North Carolina mountains, and they were scared. But what happened to Mr. John Dodson might be one of the strangest. You see, he was found dead in his cabin. Someone or something had broken in and broken his neck. His guard dogs, likewise, were torn apart. To this day, they don't know exactly what happened. They believe that it was a home invasion, but for one key element. The report says that he fell while attempting to help his dogs and broke his neck. But friends, it makes no sense. Something had broken into his home. And there were the footprints. Large, strange footprints that could have been made by no bear and no man. Some say that there are casts of the Bigfoot prints somewhere that somebody has. I don't know why that would be hidden. It seems that Mr. Dodson had told his neighbors that something had been coming and harassing his livestock, and he aimed to get a hold of it, in his own words. Whatever it was, seems like it got a hold of him instead. The most famous North Carolina Bigfoot that you never heard of, Old Knobby. And friends, make no mistake, to this very day, atop Carpenter's Knob, people say they hear and see strange things, and many are so frightened that they will never return. Is Old Knobby still out there? It's a fair bet. I don't want to go looking, though.